The campaign team, I just want to say thank you all for being here tonight. It means a great deal to look around this room. This is what this campaign has always been about. The diversity, the folks from all parts of the 2nd Supervisor District that do work from environmental justice to education advocacy, criminal justice reform. You guys make up the 2nd Supervisor District, and we are so proud to have you here with us today and to have been with us since the start of this journey. Thank you. I just want to acknowledge some of the elected officials that are here. I believe State Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Laura was here earlier. We got Compton City Council member Michelle Chambers in the building. We have some of our fierce advocacy partners that have endorsed this campaign early on, including Planned Parenthood affiliates of California. Jody Hicks, CEO, was here earlier. I think she might still be here. We also have SEIU 2015 with April Bear. Earlier today, there were volunteers from SEIU 1000 as well that were here. So we have LA Voice Action that's in the building. But some of the most important people that are here with us tonight are you guys, the residents, the activists of this party. The people who volunteer during the day, on the weekends, phone banking, knocking on doors, canvassing in your own community. Thank you. So I'm going to bring up SEIU 2015's President April Vera, who's going to share a few words.
Thank you, Lene, and let us give Lene her believer in leaders don't lead by themselves. We lead with a team of folks who make us better each and every day. So Lene and all of Team Mitchell, thank you, thank you, thank you. And Holly Mitchell, since I have been in California for the last 5 years, is one of the special Black women that I will hold always near and dear to my heart. We as Black women, and I'm sorry, I love all of us, but today, for me, there's a special power in Black women in this room.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't look like us, you may not know this, but there are others in this room who don't look like us who also share this experience. We are often told what we aren't enough of.
Yeah.
We aren't good enough, fast enough, strong enough, smart enough, pretty enough, light enough. You know, you can't do that, wait your turn. That's not the thing for you. And you know, often that has turned into a voice that's in the back of our heads for our entire lives, always being that needle of doubt. Senator Mitchell on this night exploded the myth about what we are good enough to do. When everybody told her, no, wait your turn, not this time, just wait, we'll come back to you later.
No.
She said, nuh-uh.
Oh, right.
Nuh-uh. And she didn't do it because she has this huge oversized ego. She did it because the citizens of residents of the 2nd District in Los Angeles County and all over this county needs her brand of leadership.
Yeah.
To stand with her today. We were proud to stand with her yesterday. We're going to be equally proud to stand with her tomorrow. But there is power in standing in your truth and speaking that truth and not taking no for an answer. Senator Mitchell, I salute you.
Yeah.
And so now I have the responsibility of calling up another fierce advocate champion who didn't let the naysayers to turn us around, my good friend, Reverend Zachary Hoover. Come on.
It's a real honor to be here tonight amongst so many friends that are part of Team Mitchell. And, you know, we started our 501c4 LA Voice Action a couple years ago for a night like this because we were a C3 that was fighting battles that were really hard to win because we didn't have the right people sitting in the seats making the decisions to create the kind of county that our people want to live in. Who are our people? We're a multiracial, multi-faith organization from all across LA County. The reason we were getting into this race was because of you. It didn't have anything to do with the race, it had everything to do with the champion that we were going to work for. $35 billion every year. $35 billion with the B dollars every year get decided on by these 5 county supervisors. So who's going to stand in the gap for our people? Who's going to stand in the gap for all those people? You're going to stand in the gap. And we just pray that you're going to be anointed to stand in this gap in the way that we need you to, that God needs you to, that God has called you to. Because we believe that the Holy Spirit is at work in this moment. Is bringing us to a place, a better place in this county than we have ever seen before. But to do that, we need the right leadership at the helm. So, who will stand in the gap and bring us toward that vision? And now I have the pleasure of, I did forget to tell you that my pronouns are he and him, and now I get to introduce you to someone you all already know, and I have heard that your pronouns are she, her, and badass, is that correct? So join me in welcoming the next supervisor of LA County in this district, Senator Holly Mitchell.
You all are. Thank you for standing with me. I appreciate you. Thank you. Some of you have heard this, but you're going to have to hear it again. My parents met as eligibility workers working for LA County Department of Child and Family Services. And as a very young child, all the adults in my life, from my perspective, they either worked for the county or they were on the county. And this was after the Watts uprising, and money was coming into South LA to end poverty. It was the war on poverty. And so what I saw was the creative opportunity to invest in people. And my mom developed these innovative programs to help sisters find their way. And there are a dozen or so that I have stayed in relative contact with, my mother did over the years, who transitioned off the county to county employees who retired from the county, who were able to buy homes and provide education for their children. So that was the model that I saw. So from that, my perspective was if you worked for government, your job was to help people. And the role of government was to help people who needed it. That's it. And so that was my early orientation to the county. Fast forward, I'm working at Crystal Stairs, trying to help families who are going to school and going to work find childcare. And one of these women calls me. And her grandchild is now on Crystal Stairs. And I went to my mother's house that night and I said, you know, we didn't quite break the cycle. Because if her grandchild is eligible for Crystal Stairs, that means that her child is on aid. So there's more work to do. There's more opportunity. And that's why I'm running for the Board of Supervisors. I want to continue to create opportunity. You know, I was born, third generation, born and raised in Los Angeles. And so it gives me great pride when I have met people throughout the course of this campaign who have been willing to trust me enough to tell me their stories. To talk about what it means to live in Florence Firestone and have the county close your library. You know, what it means to live in Spa 6 and be exposed to the highest STI rates in the state. What it means to not have access to community health services. What it means to have an overrepresentation of your children in foster care. What it means to have a disproportionate representation in terms of the number of our unhoused family, friends, and neighbors. And while the 2nd District has amazing assets and amazing institutions and communities and people, the 2nd District also needs a fighter and a champion. The 2nd District deserves more than someone who is looking for the next political seat.
Yes.
Because the Board of Supervisors is not about politics. The Board of Supervisors and the work you do at the county, it's not about politics. It is about the human condition. And so we can't let it just go to someone who's looking for the next seat. None of us can afford to do that.
Right.
Not the residents of the 2nd District, nor anyone who lives in LA County, because it is 5 people who oversees that budget and ultimately has a role to play in managing the lives of 10 million. So we have to step up on behalf of the people who are struggling every day, to make ends meet, to find housing they can afford, to deal with their health crises, to make sure that their children are in safe, nurturing environments so they can thrive. That's why I'm running and why it is so important to me that we are successful.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know how many of you have seen the Netflix documentary about the young baby who died not too long ago, and the fact that it shows how many systems failed him. And that for me was yet another reminder that it's not just one system, it's not just one overburdened county employee, it's not one teacher who tried to get the attention of the principal. It's not one. It is a system that underrepresented people and poor people rely on at a disproportionate rate compared to everybody else. And the county is the safety net, and we have to elect people who are system visionaries, who understand the role of public funding, who understand the role of relationships, who understands the role of collaboration, and who's not afraid.
Don't be
And
afraid.
if nothing else, let me tell you right here, I'm not scared. I'm not scared. And based on those early numbers and all of you in the room and what you've helped me do, we are showing really kind of the machine that we're going up against, that we're not afraid.
Right.
And we are going to allow negotiations to take place out of the realm of the voters and the residents of this district, and decisions to simply be made about who will represent us. We're not going to do that. We are going to step up and show out on behalf of the people who live in this district, on behalf of the people who rely on county government for their very sustenance. That's why I ran. And that's why it was so important to me that all of you showed up for me in your t-shirts, on the phones, walking precincts, calling from home, calling from Northern California, doing all that you did to show up and show out in a meaningful way. Were we outspent? Absolutely. Does that always matter? No. Will we continue to be smart and strategic and foster collaborative relationships as we go into November, hopefully? We're not going to see that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Go
we
now.
will. Do we have the capacity to win?
Yes.
Absolutely we do. But I can only do it with your continued support.
We got you.
Thank you, Assembly Member. So let me tell you about Lene. Who's working? Who's telling me who else I have to thank? Thank you for writing it large enough, because I don't need my glasses. Let me just tell you about Lene briefly. Lene had never run a campaign before. Lene was in the Law Pie class. Lene has relationships, but what Lene has is organizational skills, and good old-fashioned hustle. And I use that in the most respectful way. And was willing to take a chance on me and with me. But you want to try? She said, let's go. A similar conversation I had with a certain Sydney Camlogger 15 years ago. I think I'm going to run for the assembly. You want to help me? Sure. Okay, let's go. So when you have people who are willing to flank you, stand by your side, front, back, wherever they need to do, who share your vision, because it's not just about supporting me, it's about a shared vision for what electoral politics should be, a shared vision about what our communities are entitled to, then you can't lose, right? That's right. And so, thank you, Assembly Member. Thank you, Lene, for having my back.
Yeah.
But ask me, $32.99. SEIU 2015. SEIU UHW. A new way of life. Sierra Club.
Yeah.
CLCD. The Black Women's Democratic Club. Black Women for Wellness. Planned Parenthood. Help. Oh, the Council for Islamic Relations. Sue Burton. And everybody here. I'm sure somebody I left off, and I didn't mean to leave you off, but you all have shown up and shown up repeatedly. I have friends here, friends from high school, my choral homies, the mayor of Culver City, my team Mitchell, the LA office, and my chief of staff, Tiffany Alvidrez, is here. Tiffany and I have rolled together since I first got elected. You know, some people have turnover, but Tiffany just won't leave. And I'm seeing faces from across the span of my life. And so that's when you know that you must be living right and doing something right, that people stay in your life and are willing to stand with you even if politics is not their thing. They're not quite sure why I do this public policy work, but they're standing with me because they know it's important to me. And so for all of those reasons, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Thank you.